Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
We now return to Vetter Call Saul.
Hey, Saul, got into a little trouble and I'm gonna need a lawyer. Here.
Okay, so tell me exactly what happened.
I was driving, had a bitch of drink, and then I ran into a milk truck. Yeah.
I'm not having a glass of wine. I'm having 6. It's called a tasting and it's classy.
What cars in? What might I get for you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. 1278.
Wait, what happened?
1278.
I ain't even ordered yet, big bro.
1278. Pull to the window.
Well, let me get a double Western bacon cheese.
Yes. A double Western bacon cheeseburger, extra barbecue sauce with 3 tenders, 2 ranch, and 2 barbecue sauces. Why are you playing Trout, Demetrius, Jefferson, Lopez?
Well, damn, baby. I ain't know it's me.
You the only that comes to my drive-thru saying, "You're at 2:55 p.m." I can smell that cheap-ass roast alone.
Hey, you good, baby. You need a raise. But, yeah, let me get that in a chocolate shake. Yeah, let me get a chocolate shake. You know I wanted a chocolate shake since you know everything. Yeah, let me add a chocolate shake.
This window, stop playing with me. I just clocked in. And you lactose intolerant. You don't drink no milk. Fuck. 1278, pull up to this window.
Hey, you good?
Hey, what's up, bro?
What happened?
Nothing.
Bro, are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
What
happened?
Why? Wait, what happened?
Nothing. I just
Bro,
came here to
what's
hang
wrong?
out.
What's wrong? You're stressing me out.
I promise you nothing. I just came
Who
here to hang
died?
out with you.
Hang out with me?
Nobody died.
Where is she? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. Everything's good. I just came here to hang out with you, bro. Come on.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Are you guys having problems?
I mean, we broke up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's who died. That's who died.
What are you talking about?
You guys broke up. And so I exist again?
You're being crazy.
Now you can hang out again.
That's not, come on, you know it's not like that, bro.
It's not like that? What is it like then?
I was just
The
in the
messages
neighborhood.
I've been sending you. Oh, I was in the neighborhood. Nah, you guys broke up and that's
You
why
sent me
hung up again.
messages? I never got any messages
Yeah, you
from
didn't. You didn't.
When did you send me messages?
They're on red, aren't they?
Look, okay. I just came here to hang out with you, bro.
No, go. Keep the same energy. When you guys are all good, oh, cut off the rest. Hey, babe, it's us against the world. Nah, wait. No, keep it up. Let's do the same thing, all right?
It's not like that, bro.
It's not like that.
People from Brooklyn curse a lot, but they don't mean to. Certain words are adjectives to them. Like when I was going to college, I was in a history class with a friend of mine who was from Brooklyn, and the professor was talking about when Argentina attacked the Falkland Islands. So, this guy's going, yo, professor, what Falkland Islands you talking about? So the professor's like, I don't think you understand. He's going, hey, no, you don't understand. I ask you a question, I gotta know what Falkland Islands you're talking about. There's Falkland Islands all over the place. What am I supposed to put on a test for crying out loud? So the professor's like, look, there's only one Falkland Island. He's like, hey, moron. Hey, read my lips, all right? There's Falkland Islands all over the world. Look at the map. Look at it. See those little pieces of dirt floating around in the water? Do you know what they are? They're Falkland Islands. You got the Hawaiian Falkland Islands, the Bermuda Falkland Islands, the Caribbean Falkland Islands, and somewhere on there, you got Gilligan's Falkland Islands.
The kid who fell into Harambe's enclosure is 12 years old now, and I think it's time for us to collectively check in with him as a society and see what his grades are looking like and have a discussion with him about our expectations for his career path. Because I'll be damned if Harambe died only for that kid to turn around and become middle management.
It's the first day of vacation, and I'm ready to unwind. I'm already anxious about going back to work. Time to unplug and recharge. Soon I'll be back to living the same day over and over and over. Feeling refreshed already. Stress is all I know. It's moments like this that make it all worth it. They only give us time off so we don't completely snap. It's the bare minimum. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. No amount of margaritas will silence the voices within. I'm on island time. You can't just be fun all the time. So take a load off. You deserve it. I'm not going back. You can't make me.
Springfield Police, Chief Clancy Wiggum speaking. How can I help you? People are eating dogs? What do you mean, like hot dogs? Oh, cats. Mr. Katz is eating hot dogs. Nah. People are eating dogs and cats. People are eating dogs and cats in Springfield. Are they good?
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
From Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foo Bar Show! Hey, what is up, everyone? I am Josie.
And I'm Steph.
Thank you all so very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show, and a special thanks to you Foos who subscribe, rate, review, and share the pod with your fellow Foos. Remember to follow, like, and comment on our Instagram and TikTok at Foo Bar Show. That's FOO Bar Show. And listen at FOOBarshow.com, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, Steph?
That's right.
Steph, today's going to be a good one. You want to know why?
Why?
Because we got all kinds of shit. We got a tasting.
We do.
We got a tasting. We got some Back to the Future news. We got some Batman news. We've got some music news. And whatever other crap we decide to talk about, but what's up, Steph? What's the haps?
Well, I decided that I was going to start reorganizing the backyard, and man, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it sure is.
Just leveling out dirt. You don't know how frustrating it is until you actually start doing it.
Yeah, it sucks. That's why I don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's an entire yard out there that's lumpy as fuck.
I was just like,
I ain't doing that.
You know, it was the story of the little red hen. It's like, I guess I'll just do it myself.
Not I, said the Josie.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. And I took over, you know, because our neighbors love to play the greatest music.
They don't, though. No, they play the worst music on earth. What were they playing today, Steph?
They weren't playing anything, so I took advantage of it and started playing my own music.
Yeah. You know, and I don't think, listen, they're nice people, these neighbors. That poor bastard, the husband, he has a good taste in music, but he always gets beaten down by the wife. And she plays the most horrendous mix of music. Just think of all the music. I mean, I gotta imagine if you listen to this show, I think you have a similar taste in music than we do. And if you don't, well, then just stand by. But
yeah,
she just plays the worst music. I mean, whatever. I guess it's considered pop music, but it's like from the worst eras. You know?
Right. But I mean, like, I like some of the music that comes out of that era, but she chooses to play the worst ones.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a game for her. Yeah. It's almost like she's trying to make them snap.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like when it's, you can tell when it's his turn to use the radio, because you'll hear some like cool Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and things like that, little Aerosmith here and there. And then, there's been more than one occasion where it's audible about like, change the station, change the music, nobody likes that music. I'm like, bitch, like, leave him alone. He's trying to enjoy a Sunday.
He's just minding his own business.
He's minding his business. He's just trying to enjoy his own backyard, probably the last room on that property, if you want to call it a room, that he can call his own. And she just nags him into changing it. I don't know how he does it.
You know, I think there was one time where he was listening to it and then there was just an abrupt change of music. Like, I didn't hear anybody say anything.
I think she just went to the radio and changed it. That poor bastard.
So anyway, it was my music today. I try to be polite and not like crash their music, because it just doesn't sound good when like two different genres are like fighting against each other.
You should try to mash them up.
Like DJ Cumberbund.
That's right.
Yeah, so most of the time I just have my earplugs in, but Today there's no music, so I just...
Ooh, today it was coming out of the pocket.
It was coming out of the pocket.
Right on.
Because my hearing is poor and I only have my phone. So if I put it on the table way far away, I wouldn't be able to hear it.
Uh-huh.
So I had to keep it in my pocket. So that's what it was.
Sure. No, that's cool, Steph.
Pocket music.
I've been just doing my fantasy football shenanigans.
You're screaming at the TV today.
I'm not screaming at the TV, okay? The TV had it coming.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You tell him.
You know, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay in the league where we're actually playing for money. I'm doing okay. It's the other one that's just really digging at my side. The one that's just for funsies. It's me and the bandmates and a few other folks that I've met through the band. And that one's just awful. Not that anybody cares, but Calvin Kamara, he pulled an Al Bundy today.
No way.
He pulled 4 touchdowns in one game. Didn't see that one fucking coming.
Wow.
Guess who didn't have Alvin Kamara on his team? This guy right here. So I mean, at this point, you know, I'm just happy I'm not playing for money in that league. It's literally what it's called, just for funsies.
Just for funsies. I'm just gonna watch some football on my couch and yell at the TV.
I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. I'm not bitter one bit. There's nothing to be bitter about. So, so that's happening, and I'll tell you. Like last night, we had a show at a brewery.
Oh yeah.
And the first half of the show, there was this car because we were playing outside in a parking lot outside this brewery, and there was a car that of somebody who was not a part of the brewery that the alarm just kept going off, and it just kept pissing me off and throwing off my tempo and made me forget some lyrics at some point. At a certain point when were you there? Did you get there when they moved the car? Finally,
no. I got there and that space was already empty.
Okay, but I think when the guy actually fucking finally moved that car, that got a bigger applause than the band ever did throughout the night. Because it was just so annoying.
How long was it going on for?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The entire fucking time.
So nobody can hear it. Nobody heard the car. Nobody went to go try to find the guy.
Yes. Apparently the owners of the brewery went over to the other establishment to tell them like up to 4 times. And then until they finally found the person in there who could come out and move it. It was ridiculous.
How come you didn't wait until the alarm went off? You were just going to play over it.
That's what we were doing. Well, we did wait till the alarm went off, and then it did. And then we would start the next song, and then the fucking car would go off again.
Who has these sensitive ass alarms these days?
I don't know. You know what? And it was just the honking alarm. That beep, beep. If it was one of those old school ones where it was like boo boo be-doo, be-doo.
You can get the crowd going with that.
Yeah, you can. That would have really set me off. I would have gone in there myself and just started punching people indiscriminately. But anyway, so that's what happened. Thanks for everybody who went down there yesterday. It was otherwise fun. I mean, they gave us a bunch of free beers.
It's a chill spot.
Yeah, it was cool. It's only 10 minutes from here. So,
yeah.
But Steph, moving on. I mentioned that we had a little bit of a taste testing.
Oh yeah, I got something for you.
It's a little bit of a callback from a few weeks ago on a previous episode where we were talking about Coca-Cola and Oreo doing a collaboration. You want to help me out here for the camera? So let's put it on here so the camera can see it. But we actually got now you found this where at Stater Brothers?
I found it at Stater Brothers.
And I didn't think we would be able to find this, but now you need to look for the actual Oreos with the Coke.
I didn't see it there. And I know it's not usually in the cookie section, like the specialty ones. It's usually on a display, like at the end of one of the aisles.
Yeah, well, we got the actual bottle of the Coke Zero with the Oreo infused into it.
Right.
It has let's see, 125 milligrams of sodium, and everything else is 0. So get your sodium fix, everyone, and clench your hearts. But are we doing this, or you want to open that up?
Yeah, let's
see
do
what
it.
it tastes like. All right, here we go.
Let's do it. Let me just
get the audible. Okay. How's it smell? Can I give it a whiff?
Oh, it smells like Oreos and Coke.
It smells like the cookies and cream.
Yeah.
And Coke. Yeah. All right.
All right,
so,
taste test.
Take the first little swig there, Steph.
Oh my God. Oh, how did they do that? It tastes like...
Tastes like if you dunked your Oreo in a Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Like specifically the cookie part. I don't really taste a lot of the cream filling.
It's there. I taste the cream.
Let me take another swig.
Yeah, take a more of a mouthful there. Stephanovich.
Wow.
Stefanski.
How do they get that sweet cookie to be like in a Coke Zero?
Yeah, considering there's no sugar in this. Well, there might be like sucralose, right? Right?
There usually is. Or, here, let me see.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, aspartame and sucralose.
Okay, so it's...
And asulfamine, potassium. All of the artificial sugars.
Nice. It's really good. It's really good.
Wow.
So if you guys happen to see this at your local 7-Eleven or supermarket or something, give it a shot. It's not bad. It doesn't even taste like it's a zero sugar product, you know?
No, it doesn't. It tastes... Oh, man. See, now that's good. It makes me want to have Oreos.
Well, I'll just have one of those, thanks.
Well, yeah, because you can't eat the Oreos, but I'd rather... now I want the cookie.
Yeah. Well, now we got to look for the cookie.
Yes, I will look for the cookie.
Where do you think they would sell, this cookie?
Yeah, just at the supermarket.
Any supermarket? We just didn't have it at this one?
I didn't see it there, so I might have to stop by another spot tomorrow.
Is there a place that sells like that is known for cookies or sweets that maybe we can hit up? They're the ones that are probably going to be more likely to have it.
No, I mean, like bakeries aren't going to have this because it's a packaged product. So you're gonna have to go to like a supermarket.
Yeah. All right. Maybe like a Food for Less or something. Sprouts, perhaps. Sprouts wouldn't have this.
They don't have that. Come on.
They're not cool enough. Yeah. Well. Whoops. Yeah, man. So.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, go check this out. Have some. No, I don't want to stop drinking it.
Oreo, Coke Zero. Combination works.
Yeah. Who's the person who came up with this?
I don't know, but that guy
He's
definitely making a lot of money off this.
Cool. Well, that's that. I was pleasantly surprised from this.
Now
this
you
is
can't
really
stop
good.
drinking it.
No, it's really good. All right, moving on. You got some geeking out there stuff because we got a lot to cover. I even have some music highlights. So
yeah.
All right, let's go. Yes.
So, Amazon Prime silently released Batman Cape Crusader, which is a series reminiscent of Batman the Animated Series. It's set in that 1940s noir-esque type of feel that we all know and love.
Yeah.
And while the Batman Animated Series that we grew up with had like a more experienced Batman, this one takes it back. He's a young Batman, still trying to figure things out. But all of the famous villains, his rogues gallery, are there in the series.
And the animation looks identical.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
We have a whole new voice cast
Okay.
With Hamish Linklater voicing Batman. Diedrich Bader voicing Harvey Dent.
Which is weird because, we just said in the last episode that Diedrich Bader was Batman because he did, what's that other Batman
He was Harley Quinn. He was Batman and Harley Quinn.
He was Batman and Harley Quinn, but there's one where he was like the main Batman. It was kind of slapsticky Batman.
Oh, damn. I know we covered it too.
Yeah. Anyway, he's done Batman quite a bit, and his voice I thought was perfect for Batman. But now he's taking a back seat and doing Harvey Dent's Two-Face.
Yes. Okay. And then we have Jamie Chung, who is the new Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn is big in the show. She does get a new costume change, reminiscent of the classic Harley Quinn.
Like a Harlequin.
Like an actual Harley Quinn. Not her 1993, I think it was Paul Dini, Harley Quinn.
Right.
It's like the actual, like, real life historical Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
And Penguin.
Wait. This is the one where Penguin's a chick?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But she does. It almost looks like Penguin is in drag.
Yeah.
But I think her name is Oswalda.
For fuck's sake.
Just leave it as is. But I don't know. It looks funny.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know what
go
happened
up a bit.
They were doing there.
I guess, the Alfred is fat in this one.
Yes. He had a hard time with being Batman's butler, I guess. No, I have no idea. There are some character changes, like, physically, but I think the overall story is just on point with what you think, Batman, young Batman in this 1940s style is going to be about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if 1940s had the technology that we have now.
Yeah.
Whew.
I wonder if they changed the Penguin to female so that people would talk about it. But then again, you're going to get people who are really put off by it too. So, like, that's such an unnecessary risk, in my opinion. Not that there's anything wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder, what the real reasoning behind it was, considering there's been, years and years, like decades of just him being a dude. Maybe it is like you said, like, oh, look, we got to talk about this, and then it's going to make people watch it.
But are they? Like, I know some folks out there and, people throughout the internet where it's just like, I won't even give this thing a second of my time now because of this. I don't know.
I get what you're saying, but I think we can all get over it. Come on.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's the first season's completely out on Amazon Prime. Batman the Cape Crusader.
Yeah.
How many? Yep. There it is.
The whole season?
The whole season.
Okay.
And it got renewed for season 2 already.
Where Oswalda gets a sex change. I don't know.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Batman Cape Crusader. Oh, and
do you want to play the?
Oh shit.
Oh, you clicked out of it. All right. Well, fuck that idea.
Yeah, I did. Damn it.
God damn it, Steph. No.
No, don't look it up. I pressed the wrong button.
You're the worst.
Yeah. Well, here's a palate cleanser. This freaking hippo.
Oh, you've been talking about this stupid hippo for the last week or so. So tell us all about this hippo.
Moo Deng, born in a Thailand zoo in July. For some reason, she's now an internet sensation because
hippos are dicks, by the way. They're the meanest creatures on earth.
Oh yeah, they hate everybody. They're super territorial. They'll bite anything.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up.
Which I don't know why she became like this meme, but she just has this face where she looks like she's screaming at all times.
It's a baby.
Yeah, it's a baby.
It's just a baby hippo.
Because there's this one picture where she's laying down and she's like looking down and she's like, ah! You can see her. She's like getting wet. She's laying down. Even when you pet her, she just looks terrified at all times.
She's biting that poor man's knee.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
He's lucky she doesn't have teeth yet.
She has teeth now.
Oh,
she
God. She's biting everybody.
She only stops screaming when she's biting somebody. There's a famous picture of her where she's
encourage this.
She's biting.
Somebody's gonna die.
The cat.
Somebody's gonna die.
She's biting the shin of somebody's leg, the zookeeper's leg, and they're just like letting her. Like she charges at them, and they're trying to run away, and then she gets on, and she latches on, and she stops screaming.
Somebody's gonna die.
Yeah.
kidding.
When she gets bigger, right now she's still pretty small.
She looks like an eggplant.
She looks like an eggplant. She's screaming, just terrified. You have to look up all the memes about this hippo. I mean, they're hilarious. People are like putting her in different little things.
I hate this so much.
It's just a cute little hippo.
But aren't little hippos cute? Aren't babies just in general cute?
I guess.
Aesthetically, the big forehead, the big eyes. It's cute.
Yeah.
To us, it's cute.
It's cute until they get
older, and then they're not.
Anyway. This hippo.
I hope that this puts this to bed. That we've talked about it on the podcast. It got some airtime on the Food Bar
You're
show.
just
and
mad.
that's the last that I ever hear about this stupid hippo.
You're just mad because I bring up the hippo every day.
Yes! Yeah, that's why I'm mad.
Hippo! All right, I'm done.
So Moo Deng? Or what's the name?
Moo Deng.
Moo Deng.
Moodeng.
All right, for anybody else who cares, look that up and let that be the last of this.
Moo Deng.
All right. Steph, you got anything else for Geeking Out?
No.
All right. Well, I got a couple of things, a couple of bulletins, particularly with Back to the Future. Now, last week we covered this slightly with the Twin Pines Mall Back to the Future meetup that's happening at the Buena Hills Mall in City of Industry. Just a reminder that it's going to be on Friday, October 25th at 9:30 p.m. The event keeps growing every year, apparently. There's going to be the DeLorean, a bunch of people. They're just inviting everybody to come celebrate the magic of Back to the Future to the actual Twin Pines Mall where they filmed that one of those that intro scene. It's not an intro scene, but it was towards the beginning of the first Back to the Future that came out way back when. And they're going to recreate the scene where Doc Brown gets shot.
Oh.
So that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
I assume it's free. I mean, it's the mall. You can just walk up to that parking lot. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to plan to be there. The other thing that my bass player just sent me this morning was that on November 9th, there's going to be a, let's see here, Hollywood UMC Back to the Future Enchantment Under the Sea dance location. See the DeLorean time machine and meet with Claudia Wells, who played Jennifer, Marty's girlfriend. You can get an autograph, get a picture. Don't forget your memorabilia to get it signed. You can get tickets at hollywoodumc.org/BTTF, which stands for Back to the Future. And there's going to be live bands, the movie cars, autographs, photo ops. I'm really hoping that the band that's there plays the music that was in that first, Back to the Future, which is like a lot of oldies, and then of course Johnny Be Good towards the end.
Oh yeah, they have to, because it's going to set the mood.
Right. Hopefully, it's the band, and then at some point a Marty McFly type of guy, goes on stage and busts out as Johnny Be Good. Mm-hmm. So I look forward to that. A lot of Back to the Future stuff. Apparently also, let me see if this will show me. But there was supposed to be a Back to the Future 3 thing that was supposed to be happening at one of the ghost towns nearby here in California. I don't think I'm going to find it.
Like in the desert?
A ghost town, yeah, in a desert.
I think I remember that scene. Where doesn't he get thrown into the desert? Am I thinking about the right movie?
No, part 3 where it takes place in the Old West.
That's right.
Yeah,
like the entire movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been quite some time. I think I've only seen that movie once.
Yeah.
So it's been like, I can't even remember most of it.
Well, anyway, that's happening as we record this. So even then, it's irrelevant. But shit like that's popping up all over the place.
Okay.
For the Back to the Future aficionados, for those who loved the movies when they came out, it was, I think it broadened everybody's imagination. For those old enough to remember, nothing else was really around that was like Back to the Future. I mean, you had your Star Wars, you had very little things with very imaginative concepts were in the movie theaters. So, I mean, it still holds up in its own charming way, I think. And I mean, it inspired Rick and Morty, so that's fun.
It did. Yeah. They will also be, the cast will also be at LA Comic-Con.
That's right. We talked about that.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's going to be dope.
Lots of Back to the Future stuff happening.
But that's all I got for Geeking Out, so that's going to do it.
Yep.
So let's go on with, we haven't done this segment in a little bit. Let's talk about some music highlights, shall we?
Let's do it.
Well, first and foremost, Linkin Park. I think it's been now a week or so, maybe 2 weeks since because they've been doing that countdown.
Oh,
Remember that? They had a countdown on their website. And then when it got to 0, it started going back up, which was weird.
That was annoying.
That was really annoying. And it fucked with, what's his face from Sum 41's announcement. Because people thought that he was going to join Linkin Park.
I know.
Only for that countdown to just go back up in numbers. Anyway.
So, everybody thought that Derek Whibley was going to be part of Linkin Park.
Which would have worked out, I thought. Okay, there's a what's his face? Mike Shinoda once came out with Sum 41, or the other way around, where Derek came out with Linkin Park. Oh, I think it was for Chester Bennington's memorial show.
Okay.
Or Derek, and he sang a couple of Linkin Park songs, and that motherfucker can pull off Chester. He can really do it. He's so underrated as a vocalist, I think, because he's in Sum 41. But Sum 41 covered Sleep Now in the Fire by Rage Against the Machine. He can do a Zach De La Rocha.
Yeah.
He can do it. He can do it, Chester. He is such a good vocalist. And I think when he said, guys, I'm not joining Linkin Park, that kind of was pretty goddamn disappointing.
No, I knew he wasn't going to join because he was already planning on kind of retiring from Sum 41. Mm-hmm. And it's just okay, well, why would you have already a successful band,
Success.
Why would you leave one to go to another?
Well, he's doing this is their last hurrah. They're breaking up. That's it.
Yeah.
It's their final tour. Retiring Sum 41. That doesn't mean he can't stop doing music.
True. But man, it really overshadowed the fact that he came out with a new book and he's simultaneously doing a book tour with his tour. And that's what he wanted to announce. But everybody was just oh, you're not joining Linkin Park. That's it. You're not joining Oasis either. Which for some reason people
why Oasis?
People thought that he was going to join Oasis because at the same time Oasis said that they were going to start touring.
Right.
All of these 3 bands had all these announcements.
Yeah.
And they all came out at the same time.
I don't know.
And then people just started jumping to conclusions.
But now that Emily Armstrong from Dead Sarah, she's that's been announced. I gotta say, I'm not mad. Linkin Park could do whatever Linkin Park wants to do. This is obviously their second act as a band. Some people love the idea. Some people hate the idea. Linkin Park has already addressed the haters. Just let us do our thing. Hopefully at some point you can turn around. My initial thoughts were they should have just changed the name.
Yeah.
But they're doing their thing. They already played their first show at SoFi. They're gonna do a tour. They're doing the tour now. It's nobody's gonna be able to change it. So we should just, I guess, enjoy it for what it is. Mm-hmm. But somebody who's been very critical about this is Chester Bennington's son, Jamie. He was very critical. He went on his social media and he started talking about how like they're erasing the legacy of Chester, which I understand coming from his son.
Yeah.
You know, that's got to be some kind of a concern, which is a little weird too, because Chester Bennington's wife endorsed Emily and kind of said, you know, good luck guys, you know, in your new band. But Jamie, he's not happy about it. And he's crushed. Most recently, he posted that he was crushed because he noticed that they removed Chester from the Spotify artwork. So he's asking Mike Shinoda to fix this. They pretty much what he's saying is that they've replaced Chester's artwork with Emily's now, which I guess kind of makes sense because that's the band now. But I guess if you click on the old stuff, it'd be nice to still see Chester in the lineup because that's who you're listening to.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, by the way, some people are reporting that Spotify still shows Chester on their end, so nobody really knows what's up. For some people, they can see it. For some others, they cannot. He went on the. He went on September 5th saying all of this. He was very critical of Emily Armstrong. You hired your friend for many years, Emily Armstrong, to replace Chester. Knowing Emily's history in the Church of Scientology and her history as an ally to Danny Masterson. By the way, have you heard that?
No.
Where she's denounced it now, but she has a past of, rubbing elbows with the Scientology Church and being an ally to Danny Masterson, who's gone to jail now for many, many years. She sat in that courtroom on his side to show support. But then when she didn't, apparently, according to her, she didn't know anything about why there was a court date that he was in until she was in there and heard everything that he was being accused of, and she's like, "Oh, I don't need to be here."
Oh,
so that was a bad look on her. Apparently, and this was very public, but apparently it didn't bother enough. It didn't bother the guys in Linkin Park enough for them to say, "We don't want anything to do with you." Obviously, now she's in the band and she's doing her thing.
Right.
So there's that kind of speculation about her. I think people who don't like her being in the band are the ones being more vocal about it, namely Jamie, Chester's son. But yeah, I mean, he's been criticizing Shinoda for the decisions that Linkin Park has been making. He has then responded to the claims. Toward the end of one of the first shows, he asked the crowd who hasn't seen the live band before, after a big cheer, he said that's incredible, part of why we're back out here. And then he said, Chester's not being replaced. You guys are doing Chester's part when you sing his lyrics back to us, which is nice. Mm-hmm. But that's what's going on with that right now.
I've been reading like a lot of like hardcore Linkin Park fans are really upset with her because
they're divided though.
Yeah.
There's some that are about it.
Like, I'm whatever about Linkin Park. They do whatever they want. But
I don't think you were ever a fan, actually. The entire time that I've known you. I mean, I grew up with Linkin Park, obviously. We're the same age. You know, they came out in late 90s, early 2000s. That was like our formative years when we were in middle school and high school.
Look, this is what happened. It was like one of the first times we've ever heard music like that. So their first album, they had played the entire album in its entirety over and over again on the radio.
Yeah.
Because back then it was only radio. And then...
Because each one is a single. Like,
yeah.
They were all good songs.
The entire song. I didn't even need to buy the album because I just heard it on the radio all the time. Yeah. And then when I was sick of it, they decided they were going to remix the whole thing. And then they played that whole thing on high rotation.
And then they had the Jay-Z thing.
And then they decided they were going to play My December for like 3 years in a row, back to back, every other song. And I was just like, I can't fucking stand any of this anymore. So just because, the radio killed it, okay? I listened to the radio all the time. And it was just like, was only Linkin Park and it was only that album.
The 90s had Long December by Counting Crows. The 2000s had My December, okay? I think the decade needed a new December song, and it was Linkin Park who gave it to us.
Anyway, it was just, now whatever about the band. They can do whatever they want.
Sure.
It's their band. Who am I to say? But reading online forums and stuff, hardcore fans are like, they're adamant. Like, she is replacing Chester. How can you do this to us? Why don't you just call the band a different name?
Yeah.
I don't like this. I'm gonna boycott you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, there has to be some evolution, especially if you want to keep the band.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at other bands throughout history, they have replaced members. It's still the same band name.
Yeah.
But it's a different band in its entirety.
Yeah,
Van Halen.
Van Halen had Sammy Hagar. Fucking I'm trying to remember others. I'm blanking, but we've seen it. We've seen it happen, and it's fine. It's fine. Journey with Arnel Pineda.
Right. I mean, it's still Journey, but now it's a different style. Now he pays homage to those old songs.
Yeah.
Right?
And he sounds just like fucking.
And he knows
Steve.
that he's not replacing.
Right.
So, I mean, this is just the next evolution in this band.
Yeah. Queen has had many other vocalists since the passing of
Freddie Mercury.
of your boy.
But
yeah.
I think the difference between Queen is they've always been like Queen plus like Paul Rogers, for example,
Yeah.
or Queen plus what is his name? Adam
Lambert.
Lambert.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always like been Queen and then whatever.
Kind of like
front singer.
Sublime in Rome.
Yeah.
By the way, one of my favorite memes when this whole Linkin Park thing was happening was like, man, I was really looking forward to Linkin Park plus Rome. Yeah, and now Sublime is actually coming back as Sublime because you have a Knowles fronting the band, Bradley's son. So I guess that kind of makes sense. And then Rome's just going to do his own thing, which he's a talented guy. I think we've all fallen in love with Rome because he's a super fan of Sublime that was able to do it for so many years and do it justice. And now he's going to do his own thing, which is absolutely fine with me. I'd love to go see Rome on his own at some point. Maybe he might still play some Sublime songs for all I know.
Yeah, why not? That'd be cool.
He was in Sublime longer than Bradley ever was.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't think about. It's like because we had such a short time with Bradley and his songs are so good. We just thought, it had been like years.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah. Moving on, Dave Grohl, Steph, the the godfather of rock and roll. He's seen better days. Now, I think this is what I think. Dave Grohl has been painted, or he's done an amazing job, and his PR team has been doing an outstanding job for the last couple decades in painting him as a very wholesome family guy, which he has been. He's always talked about his family. He does those smoke outs over at when feeding the homeless and feeding the firefighters and that kind of thing, where he takes his smoker out and he starts making some meats and feeding people. He's become like this really wholesome guy, and he's been one of the champions of rock and roll for the last however many years since he's been in the Foo Fighters. But now, last week he announced that he sired a child outside of his marriage. He's having a baby girl, he just had a baby girl, and now we're learning that he contacted a divorce lawyer before he made that announcement. He's trying to repair the relationship that has obviously now been tarnished by everything that's gone down. But, more news is coming out. And, I think we've all known that Dave Grohl in his earlier years when he was in Nirvana, he was a womanizer, but I guess we didn't expect him to keep doing that now that he's married with three girls. A couple of them are already kind of grown up already. Violet has joined him on stage to sing a few songs.
Yep.
So, in fact, I think she's a backup singer. She's like a full-time backup singer for the Foo Fighters. Violet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just one of those things that's just put him in a really sticky situation. The internet is speculating that maybe he's now canceled because of it. I don't think he's going to be canceled because of this.
No.
He's a rock star, but I think he's
living that rock star life.
That wholesome image that we all have of Dave Grohl, I think, is now just out the window. And he's just now any other rock star. Right? What are your thoughts here, Steph?
I don't know. I want to know, like, obviously we're not going to get too personal because it's their private life. Like, did he know that the mistress was pregnant this entire time?
Yeah, too. Matter of fact, I got some news about that. So alternativenation.net posted this a few hours ago, earlier today. I'll just read it. Dave Grohl's relationship with alt-risque website owner has come under scrutiny after admission of infidelity. Grohl had allegedly gotten close to God Girl's website founder, Annalise Nielsen, with him even apparently visiting her at her house and paying some of her bills. Nielsen's roommate, Tyler Amos, told publication that he was shocked after walking into the living room to find Grohl and Annalise cuddled up on the couch back in 2018. It's very weird. They were very close on the couch. I obviously knew who he was when I walked in, he said. I felt uncomfortable knowing that he has family and children, and I left. It was casually a thing the whole time we lived together. She would leave and go see him. She was going to go on tour with them around 2019. Annalise has since reportedly denied that she had an affair with Grohl, telling the Post that this is a person who I had a brief friendship with, who I know through friends of friends. I have nothing to say except for that it's absolutely false. Another source, however, says that in the past, Nielsen was more boastful about her alleged relationship with Grohl. She had pictures. She had a relationship with him for years. She would say he paid all my bills. It's like, why are you telling us this? An anonymous source said. And yeah, she's like a risque kind of content creator.
An anonymous source, huh?
So this doesn't mean that she's the one who had the baby, but you know that he has had these habits of getting cuddly with women that weren't his wife. And, you know, in other public appearances too, it looks like him and his wife weren't like super happy. Maybe they had arguments. Maybe things are falling. I don't know. It's all speculation. We don't know. I don't think we still yet don't know who this lady is.
You know what? Maybe that's just him. I mean, he might be a nice guy, but just a bad husband.
Well, yeah, that's...
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, this is the same guy who broke up with a girlfriend. I mean, at least he broke up with her to get with Winona Ryder way back in the 90s.
I don't even remember that.
That was so that was a thing. So anyway, one of the last things that I wanted to talk about was Jane's addiction.
Oh, you hooked me up to this,
dude.
You're just like, look at what happened.
Fucking yeah, Perry Farrell. He's the godfather of the 90s. I gotta say, you know, because if it wasn't for Perry Farrell, there would be no Lollapalooza, which really showcased the entire grunge and alternative rock era of the 90s. The 90s, I don't think, would be remembered in such nostalgia if it wasn't for Lollapalooza and everything that came out of that. And Perry Farrell was one of the creators of Lollapalooza. And, you know, I think he's not having a good time right now. So they were playing a show, and he just went off on what's his nose, Dave Navarro. He kind of gave him a body check and he tried to punch him, but you know he didn't land that punch.
He was like in mid song too.
Yeah, it was mid song, and he looked pissed. At first glance, he might have been drunk. Now, he probably is drunk at every show because people say that when he's playing a show, he's drinking a bottle of wine. And I guess he looked a little kind of off. I don't know if it's drugs. Nobody knows that. But here, I'll kind of, for those who haven't seen it, I'll play the audio. Let's see here. Oh, God damn it. Here. I'll just refresh. So here he turns to Navarro and he's screaming at him. Fuck you, he says.
Dave's kind of blocking him off.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. Tries to punch him.
Stagehand comes out, tells him to stop. You see the bassist comes out and punches him 3 times in the stomach.
Oh.
Dave Navarro's like, I'm taking off my guitar. And he's doing some fan service. He just goes up to the front row.
There's 4 people trying to get Perry to the ground. They're walking him off stage right now.
Yeah, they're just trying to calm him down at this point. And there they go. But, this was their show in Boston. They've since canceled the remaining shows of this tour, but he's apparently here. Perry Farrell's wife responded to this, and this is on Spin Mag. Let's see. Following last night's implosion at their Boston show, Jane's Addiction has canceled tomorrow's night's show in Connecticut. The band currently has more scheduled dates into the middle of October, but who's to say that they're going to end up playing that? Eddie Lau, his wife, who they met when she was a dancer for Jane's Addiction, like a stage dancer. I saw her and Perry play Coachella once at Satellite Party when they kind of did that thing and had that band going on. But she wrote this. She wrote a whole thing. It's kind of abridged, so this kind of gets to the point where she says, rather than speculating, I thought to post a first-person account of what happened on stage with Jane's Addiction last night in Boston. So it was Perry Farrell, Dave Navarro, how it happened. Clearly, there had been a lot of tension and animosity between the members. The magic that made the band so dynamic, well, the dynamite was lit. Perry got up in Dave's face and body checked him. Why? Perry's frustration had been mounting. Night after night, he felt that the stage volume had been extremely loud and his voice was being drowned out by the band. Perry had been suffering from tinnitus and a sore throat every night. But when the audience in the first show started complaining up to Perry, cussing at him and the band, that the band was playing too loud and that they couldn't hear him, Perry just lost it. The band started the song Ocean before Perry was ready and did the count off. The stage volume was so loud at that point that Perry couldn't hear past the boom mic and the vibration of the instruments. And by the end of the song, he wasn't singing. He was screaming just to be heard. So who won the fight? And she says, why, Eric Avery, of course, their bassist. While Dave was keeping Perry at arm's length to de-escalate the situation, Dan rushed over to de-escalate as well by holding Perry back. Dave walked away to take his guitar off. Eric walked up to Perry, upstage, in the dark, behind Dan, put Perry in a headlock, as we just saw in the video, and punched him in the stomach 3 times. Kevin, crew member with long hair and... with long hair, pulled Eric away. Then Eric nonchalant walked off to the front of the stage to apologize to the audience for the show ending early. So what was the aftermath? Dave still looked handsome and cool in the middle of the fight. I mean, he didn't do anything.
He didn't.
He looked shocked.
Yeah, he just
walked
walked away.
Happening. But Perry was a crazed beast for the next half hour. He finally did not come down, but break down and cried and cried. Eric, well, he either didn't understand what de-escalation meant or took advantage of the situation and got a few cheap shots in on Perry. Well, that was the first person account narrative of what happened. Take a look at the video yourself, she says. And that's what she posted on her social media. So, I mean, that kind of gives us a glance from somebody who was on stage, or at least side stage, of what was going down.
Wow.
But it seems like she was a little objective. She wasn't on anyone's side, really. I mean, she gave props to Dave for keeping cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everything she described, we saw it in the video.
I like the way she wrote that because objectively, like, she's in the band too. And ultimately, you want this band to keep touring. So taking sides is not going to help anybody. So I like the way she wrote that.
Yeah.
It just sucks, you know, if that was the biggest issue, you know, there's some kind of communication breakdown between them.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're such a good band
They're
live.
so good.
We've seen them
we
before.
saw them at the Ninja Tour with 9 Inch Nails and Jane's Addiction those years ago. Man, I think that was almost like 10 years ago now.
Man, that was a fun show.
That was back at the
Hollywood Bowl.
No, that was Irvine Meadows. That doesn't exist anymore.
Irvine Amphitheater.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
I hope they figure their shit out.
Well.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now what?
Alternative Nation reports this morning that the headline says Dave Navarro quits Jane's Addiction in photo ? Dave Navarro has teased quitting at Jane's Addiction in a new Instagram photo. Navarro posted a Jane's Addiction photo with the caption, "Good night." That's all it said. And it's him holding an acoustic guitar backwards, where on the back of it, it says Jane's Addiction. It's just kind of him at the front of the stage. And it just the caption just says, "Good night." Now, that can just mean good night. That can literally just mean good night, because I think they're supposed to play a show that night,
right?
Where he posted it, and there's no show, obviously.
I feel like that headline is like super clickbait.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, he's gonna break up or he's gonna quit.
Yeah. Now, his comments on Instagram for this post, however, were a bit more harsh. In reply to the apologetic post made by Jane's Addiction guitar tech Dan Cleary, Lenoble wrote, "Fuck Perry. He's been a sad shell of a human being for most of his life. No spine, just a preacher without any capacity for growth." They're pissed off at each other. Everybody in that entire organization is just pissed off, and they're taking it out on Perry. I get it. Perry's the one who caused the situation in front of the entire audience. If Perry had trouble hearing himself, he probably should have stopped the show for a moment for them to fix that. Or if it was happening already for the entire tour, why wasn't it addressed? And if it was, why were they fucking with him so much like this?
Yeah.
I think it's just...
There's something going on.
Yeah. But anyway, so this is probably the last we've seen of Jane's Addiction. That's yet to be determined. But everybody's now saying, "Oh, this is what Oasis is gonna look like when they make it back together." But actually, I think it was Liam who replied to this whole thing and says, "No, we're the best of friends now." I don't know if it was sarcasm or not, but. But that's an interesting fucking turn of events. I did not see any of this coming. I mean, it's putting rock and roll back in the news, right?
Hell yeah.
Fucking Dave Grohl, Linkin Park, fucking Jane's Addiction, Oasis. Let's cross our fingers that Oasis does well enough for them to consider coming to the Americas.
Oh my God.
So,
dude,
man.
I want to see them.
Oasis? Yeah, I'd love to see them, but I ain't going to go to Manchester.
Just for them to like not play a show, you went all the way over there. It's like, what the fuck?
That's their hometown. I would love to see him in Manchester, but
when is it?
I didn't pull that up. Okay. I don't know. It's coming up.
All right. The Foo Bar show goes to Manchester.
That'd be sick.
Who wants to sponsor us?
Yeah, but anyway, that's gonna do it for music highlights, Steph. And I guess the show.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
Steph?
Yes.
What's going down next week? You're going to school, so you got to study quite a bit these days. But what do you think?
You know what? We might. Let me check the calendar. You know what? We're probably gonna have to skip next week.
The 22nd.
The 22nd.
Okay.
Maybe, unless we somehow pull it off. Sometime during the week.
Maybe we'll record on Saturday instead of Sunday.
Yeah.
All right. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So
cool.
Put a maybe on it.
Sure. Cool. Well, just going back to, I can't stop drinking this.
It's good.
We're almost done with it. We're like more than halfway done with this bottle of Oreo Coca-Cola Zero. Get yourself that right now. I don't know. They don't sponsor us. Or not. Do whatever the fuck you guys want. Anyway, thank you all so very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show, and a special thanks to you Foos who subscribe, rate, review, and share the pod with your fellow Foos. Remember to follow, like, and comment on our Instagram and TikTok at Foo Bar Show. That's FOO Bar Show. And listen at FOOBarshow.com, and we'll fill it up like a couple of Foos. I've been Josie.
And I'm Steph.
Signing off saying, don't be a dick!
Fuck, man. Thank you, guys.
Hi, can I take your order? Hello, mate. Can I please have a... Wait, are you British? Yeah, why? It's just that, the translator isn't here. It's just me, so... But we both speak English. It's not like I'm talking another language. Hey, you know what? I can do this. May I take your order? Right. So, can I please have a tomato sandwich with aubergine courgette, a packet of crisps, and a bottle of water? Cheers, mate. Oh, and a cookie for pudding. Get out.